I'm Azril. We will present my colleagues about our findings, the relationship between training practices and organizational commitment. My presentation outline will start with the introduction, the literature review, our research designs, the findings, and also the discussion part. Okay. Organizational commitment is becoming a more value work-related attitude, particularly in education setting, where management must focus on retention, job performance, change management, and organizational restructuring. Training is one of the most important strategies to increase human capital investment, since it's function of human resource management with a wide range of applications and meanings. According to Kegri and Osman 2010, they define organizational training as systematic activities to develop and enhance workers' skill, knowledge, and attitude so they can execute job-related functions, complete particular tasks, and satisfy HR quality standards in the future. Okay, according to our literature review, previous studies has discovered different results on the relationship between training and organizational commitment. According to Mayer and Hedgecock, 2001, the effective and normative forms of commitment had a positive and significant relationship with the access of the training. Okay, the other researchers, Riaz, Idris, and Imran 2013, they stated that there are positive and significant relationship between three types of training benefits and organizational commitment. Okay, some researchers, employee perception of training also found to have a strong relationship with organizational commitment. This is stated by the Newman, Tekudi, and Hui 2011. Okay, hypothesis 1, there is significant positive relationship between the availability of training and organizational commitment. Hypothesis 2, there is a significant positive relationship between motivation to learn and organizational commitment. Hypothesis 3, there is significant positive relationship between the benefits of training and organizational commitment. The last one, hypothesis 4, there is significant positive relationship between support for training and organizational commitment. Okay, from our hypothesis, we believe through our hypothesis, we believe there are variables that may have positive significance to the organizational commitments, where the variable is ability of training, motivation to learn, benefit for training, and support for training. According to our research design, the question on training variables were adopted from New and Wilt 1993, where the question of organizational commitment variables were adopted from the Mayer and Allen 1991. Okay, around 160 employees participated in this study involving academicians and non-academicians in one of higher academic institutions in Malaysia. Okay, we look up now about our correlations, the findings. Okay, the value tell us the strength linear relationship between the variables. When we look to the value, okay, 0.387, back to the table, we can see this is kind of moderate positive correlations because the value is positive. Same as well as the 0.438. Okay, the value is positive correlations because the value is positive. The relationship between the benefits for training and also the organization commitment. Okay. Meanwhile, for the highest correlations between the support for training and organization commitment, is stated that value of significant is 0.460. Okay, this kind of moderate positive correlations show the higher value of positive. Okay, now coefficient and significance value of each variables. Okay, for ability of training, the standard coefficient value is 0.065 and the significance value is 0.412. For benefits for trainings, standardized coefficients value is 0.0192 and the significance value is 0.095. And lastly, for support for training, standardized coefficients value is 0.382 and the significance value is 0.001. Okay, we found our three variables correlation is statistically significant. Unfortunately, the variables motivations to learn, the standardized coefficient value is minus 0.0616, but significant value is 0.821. This variable not statistically significant to the organizational commitment. When we look to the R square, the coefficient of determination or covariance, the proportion of variability is explaining the independence variables by the value of 0.335. Meanwhile, for adjusted R square is, in my opinion, a more reliable statistic because it takes into our sample size with the value of 0.318. Okay, now let's go to the discussion. Okay, in our discussion, hypothesis 1, the significant positive relationship between the availability of training and organizational commitment. Hypothesis 3, significant positive relationship between the benefit of training and organizational commitment. And hypothesis 4, significant positive relationship between support for training and organizational commitment will support our research question. Unfortunately, hypothesis 2, the significant positive relationship between motivation to learn and organizational commitment do not support our research finding. So, the motivation to learn did not contribute to organizational commitment. The availability to learn, benefit for training, and support for training were found to have a significant positive relationship with organizational commitment. In conclusion, it can be proved that training is an important practice in the organization as it can enhance human capital which will yield to organizational performance. I think that's it from me for now. Thank you and salam Aidilfitri.